We have a very simple mission. Our mission is to contribute to the development and strengthening of governance frameworks for these new emerging techniques like large-scale carbon dioxide removal and solar radiation modification. We are not here to promote these technologies. We're not here to be against them. In fact, impartiality about their use or not is a very important factor in our work. It has allowed us to bring all the different stakeholders onto the table. Funded entirely from philanthropy, and we have set ourselves a time limit of working until the end of 2023, because we believe strongly that we will be able to achieve our mission. A simple way to express our mission is to get these issues on the agenda. Once they're on the agenda, then governments will take care of them, civil society, advocacy groups will push or pull different directions. It is not our business to solve all the governance issues. When we talk about governance, it's very important that we recognize we don't just talk about governments doing something, i.e. regulation, things like that. It's included, of course, but governance is much broader. It involves different stakeholders engaging in the process and contributing to decision making, to finding out more information, more knowledge, and so on and so forth. So governance is a broader concept in our work. And very importantly, work in a catalytic manner. We don't need to build up ourselves, especially because in 2 years we'll be out of the business. So our main objective is not to get things done by ourselves, but we encourage and work with others in a catalytic manner so that they do the work. Now, what that means in practice is that I give you an example. For example, about a little over 2 years ago, we started working on the idea that the UN Environment Programme and its governing body, the UN Environment Assembly, based in Nairobi, that they would have an important role to play in the governance of these issues. So we talked to governments, we talked to the Secretariat, the Executive Director, and out of this discussion came strengthened ideas of what potentially the UN Environment Assembly could decide on this matter. And before we knew it, one of the countries said, oh yeah, we like this idea, we'll take it on. And the moment the country has taken it on, then it became a government-led process. In that case, it was Switzerland. They developed a resolution, they got partners, they submitted it to the UN Environment Assembly, and the resolution was negotiated. Now, it didn't pass, but that's a different story. Our objective was not to get a specific resolution. No, our objective was that it should be discussed, and it was. What was most interesting is that our work generated a substantial intra and intergovernmental discussion at that time, and it has continued even without any further action by us. And now governments are talking about what resolution they would wish to bring in to the next session of UN Environment Assembly in February next year. So that's a good example of how we work. And what we now plan, and this is our strategic objective for the remaining 2 years of our life, is to bring the issue of the governance of solar radiation modification, particularly the challenging one, the stratospheric aerosol injection, to be considered in the UN General Assembly. And in a similar way to the UN Environment Assembly, we are working with governments, engaging with them to start thinking and eventually take this on.